Anugrah, I'm just waiting for the others to join because nobody has joined so far, meaning except you.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah, good evening, Swati.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, sorry for the late, ma'am. Some network issues, ma'am.
Okay, okay, yeah. No
Yes,
problem.
ma'am. Ma'am, done the homework, ma'am.
Completed? Very good.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, children, this class we shall be seeing this chapter fractions and decimals from the beginning, every exercise.
Yes,
Can
ma'am.
we can we recall? Yeah. So can we recall, children, how to add fractions?
Yes, ma'am. We can.
Yes, ma'am, we can.
Yeah. Let's see the fifth one here. Let's see the fifth one on the screen, or let's take a mixed fraction like this, a sixth one. So the first step is to, children, when we have mixed fractions, what is the first step?
Ma'am, we have to convert them into an improper fraction, ma'am.
Yeah, we need to convert them to improper fractions. After converting them to improper fractions, you need to check if they are like or unlike fractions. Look at the denominators. Are they like or unlike fractions?
Ma'am, they are unlike fractions, ma'am.
Okay, so because they have different denominators. But then we know that if we have to add fractions, they must be like fractions. Addition and subtraction of fractions can be done only with like fractions. So we need to make them like fractions. How? By using the LCM. By finding the LCM of the denominators 3 and 2. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Anugraha, tell us this. Now the LCM is 6. How do we get this step, Anugraha?
Ma'am, we have to multiply, ma'am.
Yeah, how? Why do we multiply by 2? Why do we multiply the numerator and denominator by 2?
Ma'am, because we need denominator of 6, so we have to multi. If we multiply denominator also, uh, we have to multiply numerator. So we do that.
All right, yeah. So we need to get the denominator is 3, but we need to get 6 as the denominator. So we need to multiply. So we are finding an equivalent fraction. We multiply the numerator and denominator by 2. in order to get 6 as a denominator. All right. And then, you know, do the same thing with this fraction. Make them like fractions and then add. Okay, I think this we remember. What's the formula to find the perimeter of a rectangle?
Ma'am, 2 into L plus B is the formula, ma'am.
2 into L plus B. Explain this step. I'm sure you will just substitute, substituting in the formula and all that you will do. Let me know now. Tell me, how do we get after this step? What happens?
Ma'am, shall I say, ma'am?
Yeah.
Ma'am, yes, ma'am. After when we convert the mixed fraction into an improper fraction, we have to see the LCM of the two numbers, ma'am. Since
Okay.
2 and 3's LCM is being 6, ma'am, so we have to multiply both the numerator and the denominator by 3 to get 6, ma'am. So
Okay.
25 into 3 and 2 into 3 will be 75 by 6, ma'am. And then we have to add an addition mark, and then for getting 3, as we have to make it as 6, we have to multiply it by 2, ma'am. So 32 into 2 and 3 into 2 will be 64 by 6, ma'am. Then
Okay.
we have to add the, as it is like fraction, we can only add the numerator, not the denominator, ma'am. When we add 75 plus 64, we get it as 139 by 6, ma'am. And then when we simplify the 2 and 6, we will get it as 3, ma'am, as the denominator. So 139 by 3, ma'am. When we divide 139 by 3, the mixed fraction will be 46 1 by 3, ma'am. When we multiply 46 into 3 plus 1, it gives us 139 by 3, ma'am. So the perimeter is 46 by 1 by 3, ma'am.
Very, very, very enthusiastic, Swati, as always. Very good.
Yes,
Very
ma'am.
good. Well explained. Yeah. So here 2 and 6, they get cancelled. So 2 ones are 2. You can take up one number from the numerator and one number from the denominator and simplify. So 2 from the numerator, 6 from the denominator. We cancel. 2 ones are 2, 2 threes are 6. 2 ones are 2. So 2 goes away. 2 ones are 2. And 2 threes are 6. So we get 139 by 3. And on dividing 139 by 3, 46 is what? When you divide 139 by 3, what is 46?
Ma'am, the quotient.
The quotient is 46. What is 1?
Ma'am, the remainder.
Remainder is 1. And what about 3?
Ma'am, the divider, ma'am.
The divisor is 3. The divisor is 3. 46 is the quotient, 1 is the remainder, and 3 is the divisor. Look at this one. Michael finished coloring a picture in 7/12 of an hour. 7 by 12. 7/12 of an hour. Vaibhav finished coloring the same picture in 3/4 of an hour. Who worked longer? By what fraction was it longer? So let's find the actual time taken by Michael and Vaibhav. These are the two characters in the question, Michael and Vaibhav. Michael colors the picture in 7/12 of an hour. So that means 7/12 of an hour, you can see it here, 7 by 12 of an hour. And Vaibhav takes 3/4 of an hour. So now, how do you find? You can compare. You don't have to find the time actually taken by them. You just have to see the question: who worked longer? How will you find out who worked longer? You must, to compare fractions, you need to bring them to the same denominator. To compare fractions, we need to bring them to the same denominator. So 7 by 12, 3 by 4. 7 by 12, 3 by 4. They have different denominators. So let's bring them to the same denominator. So again, 4 and 12, the LCM is 12. So this becomes 7 by 12. This becomes 9 by 12. Now from this, you can make out that 9 by 12 is greater than 7 by 12. So what is 9 by 12? 3 by 4. So 3 by 4 is greater than 7 by 12. So if 3 by 4 is greater, that means Vaibhav, if 3 by 4 is greater, that means Vaibhav takes a longer time. So Vaibhav works longer. How what is a fraction? He takes some time longer. By how much as a fraction? So we need to subtract the fraction. Vaibhav's fraction minus Michael's fraction. So Vaibhav's fraction is 9 by 12. Michael's fraction is 7 by 12. When you subtract, you get 2 by 12. And on reducing, you get 1 by 6. So Vaibhav worked longer by 1/6 of an hour. Vaibhav worked longer by 1/6 of an hour. I'll just wait for about 3 minutes to read the question. Just see the answer for yourself. Read the question, children, for yourself. Read the question?
Yes, ma'am.
I don't know who else is in the meeting. Anugraha is there, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what about Matthew?
No, ma'am,
Ma'am.
not there.
Ma'am, I and Swati are only here. ma'am.
Okay, okay. Nandana has also not joined.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So now clearly we understand that we need to compare Michael's and Vaibhav's fractions. Or because we have to answer the question who worked longer. So that means you're comparing the time taken by Michael and the time taken by Vaibhav. So when you're so to answer this question, who worked longer? Who worked longer? Who took a longer time? Who finished it in less time? That means you're comparing two people's work. You're comparing the time taken by two people. So here we have to compare their fractions, and to compare fractions, if you have to, say which is greater or which is smaller, they must be like fractions. To compare fractions, they must be like fractions. Only when they're like fractions, you can compare their numerators and say that this is big or this is small. So that is the first task. 7 by 12, 3 by 4. They're not like fractions because their denominators are 12 and 4. So the LCM of 4 and 12 is 12. Make them like fractions. You know the procedure. You know how to make them like fractions. So here we made them like fractions. Now we compare their numerators. 9, 7. 9 is bigger. If 9 is bigger, who's 9? 3 by 4. That is Vaibhav. 9 is greater. 9 by 12 corresponds to 3 by 4. 9 by 12, the fraction 9 by 12 corresponds to 3 by 4, which corresponds to Vaibhav's time. Vaibhav. So clearly, because 9 by 12 is greater than 7 by 12, it means 3 by 4. See here, 9 by 12 is greater than 7 by 12. That you understand. Who's 9 by 12? 3 by 4. That means 3 by 4 is greater than 7 by 12. So it's very clear that Vaibhav took a longer time. So Vaibhav worked longer. You were able to comment this. You were able to conclude this because in the question, the fractions are unlike fractions. You made them like fractions. That's why you could come to this conclusion. So Vaibhav worked longer. Now the question is two things you have to answer. Who worked longer and by how much? By what fraction? So Vaibhav worked longer by, so if one person takes 3 hours, the other person takes 4 hours. So that means 4 minus 3, 1. So the person who took a longer time takes 1 hour more. 1 hour more. 3 hours, 4 hours. How much extra? 4 minus 3, 1 hour. Similarly here, we need to subtract their fractions. This is Vaibhav's fraction because he takes a longer time, right? So minus Michael's fraction. On subtracting, you get 2 by 12. So take Vaibhav's and Michael's fractions with the same denominator. That is when they are like fractions. If you don't again take 3 by 4 and 7 by 12. Again, you'll have to do the same procedure, right? We'll have to bring them to the same denominator and all that. So directly take their new fractions. Vaibhav worked longer. By how much? So you'll have to write Vaibhav's fraction first. So take 9 by 12. Don't write 3 by 4. 9 by 12 minus. Then Michael's fraction, 7 by 12. So on subtracting, we get 2 by 12, which simplifies to 1 by 6. So 1/6 of an hour. Vaibhav worked longer by 1/6 of an hour. And what is 1/6 of an hour, children? What is 1/6 of an hour? What is the off operator stand for?
Ma'am, multiplication, ma'am.
Multiplication. And how many minutes in 1 hour?
Ma'am, 1 second, ma'am.
How many minutes in 1 hour?
Ma'am, 60 minutes in 1 hour, ma'am.
How much?
Ma'am, 60 minutes in 1 hour.
Yeah, so 1 by 6 into 1 hour. But since it is 1, we'll convert it to minutes. 1 by 6 into 60 minutes. 1 by 6 into 60 minutes. Why
Ma'am, 10 minutes.
Yeah, why are we writing 60? Because 1 hour is 60 minutes. So 1 by 6 into 60. When you cancel 6 and 60, you get 6 ones are 6 tens are 60. So 10 minutes. 1/6 of an hour is equal to 10 minutes. So Vaibhav takes 10 minutes longer. That you don't have to find. You don't, because the question itself is by what fraction was it longer? They are not asking you to find how many minutes extra Vaibhav took. Then nowhere in the question they've asked you to find time in hours or in minutes. We're just working with the fraction itself. You can see it in the question. By what fraction was it longer? Vaibhav worked longer by 1/6 of an hour. That fraction, that answer is only expected from you. We are just trying to understand what 1/6 means. Now tell me, children, what is 7/12 of an hour? I think so Anugraha should answer this.
Ma'am?
What is 7/12 of an hour?
Ma'am, ma'am, 7 by 12 into 60 minutes, ma'am.
Okay, then further simplify.
Ma'am, 7 by 12 into 60 by 1.
Okay.
We can cancel 12 and 60. It will be
Why?
ma'am, because 60 is a multiple of 12.
No, but are both in the denominator? Where is 60? Where is 12? No. In a fraction, we have 2 places, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. No, see now, supposing your house, the house in which you live has 3 floors. Your friend calls you and she asks you where you are. You may probably say that I'm on the 1st floor or the 2nd floor or the 3rd floor. So like that, now a fraction has 2 positions, numerator and denominator. My question is where is 12 and where is 60? Like you say in the 1st, 2nd or the 3rd floor, where is 12?
12 is in denominator and 60 is in the numerator.
Yeah, when you simplify from, how do you pick the numbers to simplify? Can you simplify 2 numbers which are in the denominator, both of them in the denominator? No, then how do we simplify?
We simplify if one number is in the denominator and other number is in the numerator.
Yeah, okay. So when you're multiplying, we pick one number from the denominator, one from the numerator and simplify. So what's the answer, Anugraha? What is 7 into 60?
7 into 5, ma'am.
How much? Yeah, 35 minutes. So 7/12 of an hour means 35 minutes. 35 minutes. Now, Anugraha, what is 3/4 of an hour?
3/4 of an hour is 3 by 4 into 60.
Very good.
Ma'am, can we simplify this?
No. Okay. So that means you're. Can you? Where is 4?
Ma'am, we can simplify by 2 table, ma'am.
Yeah, I was about to say that. That's what I was about. So where is 4? It's in the denominator. And what
Yes.
is the numerator?
60, ma'am.
60. So you don't know. You don't know if 60 is divisible by 4. So you can take 2.
Yeah.
Simplify. Tell me what you'll get.
I'll get 2 and 30.
Okay. Can you further simplify?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, do it.
1 and 15, ma'am. So
1
3
and
into 15 is 45.
45. So how many minutes did we act? See, now this we are trying to understand. This is not a part of the answer. We are just trying to understand. So how long does Vaibhav take? You just said.
Yes, ma'am.
How much? How long does Vaibhav take?
Ma'am, 45 minutes.
And how long does Michael take?
35 minutes.
So how much extra time Vaibhav takes?
10 minutes, ma'am.
10 minutes. And that 10 minutes is only 1/6 of an hour. We just got 1/6 into 60 is 10 minutes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. You remember these?
Yes, ma'am.
Let's try. So Swati, tell me the first one.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, the first one is 2 into 1 by 5, ma'am. In a pictorial represent. Yes, ma'am.
The first one is, you're talking about 1. Okay. So 2
Yes,
into 1
ma'am.
by 5 is represented by which diagram? A, B, C, or D?
Ma'am, 2 into 1 by. Ma'am, it's represented by the D1, ma'am.
D. Okay,
Yes,
because
ma'am.
2 into 1 by 5. In each circle there are 5 equal portion. In D, there are 2 circles. Each circle is divided into 5 equal portions. And what is shaded is 1/5. 1/5. 1 out of 5. 1 is shaded out of total 5. So in D, in the option D, in the first circle, the region shaded is 1 out of 5. There's another one like that. This is representing the same thing. 1 region shaded out of total 5 regions. So the first circle is 1 by 5. The second circle is also 1 by 5. 1 by 5 plus 1 by 5. 2 into 1 by 5. 2 into 1 by 5. Like how you say 4 plus 4 plus 4. When you add 4, that's how we do know when we don't know multiplication tables. If you don't know 4 5s are, if you don't know what is 4 5s are, 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. Okay, you do that and you get the answer for 4 5s are. So like that, if it is repeated addition, it's multiplication. 1 by 5 plus 1 by 5 is 2 into 1 by 5. Children, are we getting that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and now it's Anugraha's turn. 2 into 1 by 2. See, now you have to tell me which of A, B, C, D represents 2 into 1 by 2.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, B, ma'am.
B. Why?
Ma'am, because there are 2 parts and one of them is shaded.
One of them is shaded. So the shaded region in the square, the shaded region in the square represents 1 out of 2. So the first one is 1 by 2. The second one is also 1 by 2. 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2. 2 into 1 by 2. All right. So we understand this?
Yes,
ma'am.
What about this one? What's the answer for this?
Ma'am, it's 3 into 1 by 4, ma'am.
Very good. 3 into 1 by 4, because this is 1 by 4. This is 1 by 4. This is 1 by 4. 1 out of 4 is shaded. 1 by 4, 1 by 4. So 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4 is 3 into 1 by 4. 3 into 1 by 4. Like children, 2 plus 2 plus 2 is 2 into 2 plus 2 plus 2. You're taking 2 3 times. So don't you multiply? It's the same thing here. You're adding 1 by 4, 1 by 4, 1 by 4, 3 times. 3 into 1 by 4. All right. This one I had sent it to you. I don't know if you finished this.
Yes, ma'am. Completed this,
Ma'am, I
ma'am.
have finished, ma'am.
Finished, huh? I had shared this,
Yes,
but okay, let's just discuss B in this. Okay, let me try. Let's try. Maybe one of you will tell A, the other one will tell B. So now, whose turn is it now? One of you start.
Ma'am, shall I start?
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Ma'am, the D1.
No, not the A. The first one. A.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, 2 into 3 into 2, 2 by 3, ma'am. As the second one is mixed fraction, we can represent it.
I think you're seeing a different screen.
Yes, ma'am. It's not changed for me, ma'am. That's it. Ma'am, provide the number in the box such that 2 into 2 by 3 into is equal to 10 by 30, ma'am. 2 into 3 we can be multiplied by the 5. Sorry, ma'am. Ma'am, it can be multiplied by. Ma'am, I hope. Ma'am, shall I work it out?
No problem. Your confusion is very, very natural. You're very natural. You should get stuck there. Only then it means you've understood clearly. You must get stuck there. So children, here it is not writing equivalent fractions. They are not trying to write equivalent fractions. Swati, that is why you were struck, right? Because you're like,
Yes,
oh, denominator we should multiply by 10, but numerator not by 10. Because if you have to write equivalent fractions, yes, then you have to multiply the numerator and the denominator by the same number. Here it is not the concept of equivalent fractions. It's multiplying two fractions. It's like children, it's like this. Now what should be multiplied to 4 to get say 28? What should you multiply to 4 to get 28?
ma'am, no number.
No. What should be multiplied to 4? The number 4 to get 28.
Ma'am, 7.
Yeah. 4 must be multiplied by 7 to get 28. Similarly, treated like a question like that. 2 by 3 should be multiplied by what fraction to get 10 by 3? We are not writing equivalent fractions here, children, not to get confused with that. We are not writing equivalent fractions. So if you're writing an see now when we use the concept of LCM and all that, we are writing an equivalent fraction. Whatever you multiply in the denominator, the same thing should be multiplied in the numerator. This is not that one. This is different. This is now you want 4 to become 28. So you will multiply by 7. Similarly, you want this 2 by 3 to become 10 by 30. So how will the numerator 2 become 10? 5, you should multiply by 5. And how will the denominator 3 become 30? You should multiply by 10. So the fraction is 5 by 10. Is that understood?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
yeah. This is a different thing. Now it's not to get confused. Don't say I'm getting confused. See, this is not the concept of equivalent fractions at all. Now you want 2 by 3 to become 10 by 30. How will that happen? When you multiply by 5 by 10, that's all. Definitely 2 by 3 and 10 by 30 are not equivalent fractions. They are not equivalent fractions. 2 by 3 and 10 by 30 are not equivalent fractions because You are multiplying the numerator by 5 and denominator by 10. How can they be? How can the resultant fraction be equivalent to 2 by 3? Not possible. It is not. It is not. It is not the process which we do when we see, when we have unlike fractions. We find the LCM and then we do some process to make them like fractions. Now that is using the concept of equivalent fractions. Whatever you multiply in the denominator, the same thing you will do in the numerator. That's one thing. This is different, children. So this is the question is, you want 2 by 3 to become 10 by 30. Then by what should you multiply? So the numerator 2 should become 10. So I should multiply by 5. The denominator 3 should become 30. So I should multiply by 10. 5 by 10 is a fraction. So see the answer right below here. 2 by 3 into, this is the question. This is the question. So 2 by 3 into 5 by 10 will give us 10 by 30. So the number in the box, this one means the required number in the box is 5 by 10. Please understand. The required number in the box, say there's a box here, right? There's a box here. So the required number in this box is 5 by 10. Please understand. If you have any doubt, I'll repeat it.
No, ma'am, no doubts.
Okay, and now there's a further, okay, in A we have two questions. The second one is the simplest form of the number obtained in the box is what? The simplest form of the number obtained in the box. So in this box, what number we got? We got 5 by 10. What is its simplest form? 5 ones are 5 twos are 1 by 2, 1 by 2. So the simplest form of the number obtained in this box is 1 by 2. Is 1 by 2. Yes, Anugrah, tell me by what should you multiply for the second one?
Ma'am, first we have to divide, ma'am. First the numerators.
First we have to divide, huh?
Yes, ma'am. Just
where is division? Where is? What is a given fraction, Anugraha?
3 by 5 into dash is equal to 24 by 15.
What is the numerator in the given fraction?
3 and 24, ma'am.
No. What is the, okay, on the left hand side, what is the numerator? 3. And
Yes,
that should become what? 3 should become?
Ma'am, 24.
24. The numerator 3 should become 24. What is the denominator?
Ma'am, 5.
And it should become what?
75, ma'am.
Okay, 5 should be multiplied by what to get 24? Sorry, 3 should be multiplied by, the numerator 3 should be multiplied by what to get 24?
Ma'am, 8, ma'am, 8.
Okay, and Swati, the denominator 5 should be multiplied by what to get 75?
Ma'am, it should be multiplied by 15 to get 75, ma'am.
Okay, now children, recall multiplication. How do you multiply? We multiply the numerators, we multiply the denominators. So the required fraction, so girls, tell me what's the required fraction here?
Ma'am, 8 by 15.
Ma'am, it's 8 by 15, ma'am.
8 by 15, 8 by 15. We should multiply the numerator by 8 and the denominator by 15. So the required fraction is 8 by 15, 8 by 15. Okay, so see here, the required fraction is 8 by 15. So 3 by 5 into what will give us 24 by 75? 3 by 5 into 8 by 15 will give us 24 into 8 by 15 will give us 24 by 75. This is a misprint. Hence the required number in the box is what? This is wrong. It's a misprint. Hence the required number in the box is 8 by 15. Is 8 by 15.
Yes, ma'am.
Now what is the simplest form? Here also, simplest form also, they've not taken the right fraction. What you should find the simplest form of which one?
Ma'am, by 8 by 15, ma'am.
We should find the simplest form of 8 by is what is the question? See here, provide the number in the box. So the number in the box is 8 by 15. The number in the box is 8 by 15. The simplest form of the number obtained in the box is, the simplest form is 8 by 15. Let's not see the answer and get confused. I'll not show you that. So now see here, provide the number in the box. The number in the box is 8 by 15. That's what you said. Anugraha said 8 and Swati said 15. So 8 by 15. This 3 by 5 should be multiplied by 8 by 15 to get 24 by 75. That's the first answer. The simplest form of the number obtained in that box. In this box, what answer we got? 8 by 15. What is the simplest form? 8 by 15. 8 by 15 is already in the simplest form. So of 8 by 15 is 8 by 15. That's all. The simplest form is the number itself. It cannot be simplified further. All right?
Yes, ma'am.
How do we divide, children?
Ma'am, by making the second fraction as reciprocal and then simplifying it if they are, ma'am.
Okay, now Swati will work this one, 3 1 by 2 divided by 8 by 3. Swati
Yes,
will work
ma'am.
the fifth one, and Anugraha will work the seventh one. And Swati will explain the fifth one first, and then Anugraha will explain the seventh one.
Okay.
Yes, girls, start working.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Done, ma'am.
Very good. Anugraha, tell me when you're done.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, done, ma'am.
Yeah. Yes, Swati.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me what you worked.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, 3 1 by 2 plus 8 by 3, ma'am. As the 3 1 by 2 is in the mixed form, we have to convert it into an improper form, ma'am. So it will be 7 by 2, ma'am. And then the 8 by 3 have to be changed to its reciprocal form, ma'am, which is 3 by 8. When we divide, no numbers can be simplified, ma'am. So we can multiply it directly, ma'am. So 7 into 3 will be 21 and 2 into 8 will be 16, ma'am. As 21 by 16 can be changed into the mixed form as 1 5 by 16, ma'am. So the answer is 1 5 by 16 when we divide 3 1 by 2 divided by 8 by 3, ma'am.
Very good, very good. 1
Yes,
5
ma'am.
by 16, perfect. Very good, Swati. Anugraha?
Ma'am, we have to first change the mixed fraction into improper fractions, ma'am.
Yeah, correct.
3 1 by 5 will be 17 by 5, and 1 2 by 3 is 5 by 3.
Sorry to disturb, but 3 1 by 5 is 17 by 5. Yeah. Please check again.
No, I'm sorry, 16 by 5.
Okay, 16 by 5 then.
And 1 2 by 3 is 5 by 3.
5 by 3. Okay, next.
Next, we have to change the denominators. We have to take LCM of 5 and 3, which is 15.
No. For multiplication and division, we don't use LCM. For multiplication and division, we don't use LCM. So how do we do?
Ma'am, we have to write the reciprocal, which is
Yeah.
16
In order to
by
divide,
5.
multiply by the reciprocal of the second fraction.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Into 3 by 5.
Okay, now, but I just want you to repeat. Tell me that when you use the LCM.
No, only for addition and subtraction.
Okay, when can you add or subtract? Only when the fractions are?
Ma'am, like fractions.
Ma'am,
Nandana?
I was doing internet connection.
No, I can't hear you, Nandana. You just joined.
Ma'am, I got internet issue, ma'am.
Oh, sorry, darling. Okay. That's what I was also worried. Why you didn't join the class today? I was supposed. Okay, fine. We are revising this chapter. Yes.
I didn't take.
Ma'am, for me also, ma'am.
Oh yeah, Matthew. Yes. We did wait for about 5 to 7 minutes. Then, since both of you did not join, we started the session. What we are doing is we are revising this chapter, fractions and decimals.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, are we having test?
No, we are not writing. We are just meaning. I'm just. We are just discussing the various parts of this chapter.
Ma'am, I didn't take
Okay.
any snapshot, ma'am. Can you send the snapshot?
The meeting recording will be shared. No, Nandana, will that help? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Yes, I was talking to Anugraha. Anugraha, so when is it possible to add fractions? When the fractions are?
Ma'am, when they are like fractions, ma'am.
What do you mean by like fractions?
Ma'am, if the denominators are same, we can add or subtract.
Very good. When the denominators are same, then you can straight away add or subtract them. When they are not the same, when they are unlike fractions, we need to convert them to like fractions. For that, we take help of the
LCM.
LCM. So when does the role of the LCM, get into the role of LCM?
Only when there is addition and subtraction.
Only in addition and subtraction, and that too when the fractions are unlike fractions.
Yes, ma'am.
LCM is used only when the fractions are unlike fractions, and that too for addition and subtraction, not for multiplication and division. For multiplication and division, we don't need LCM. We can straight away multiply the numerators and multiply the denominators.
Okay.
Yeah, what I want children to do is, when you have to answer, please enable your mic, otherwise disable children. So yeah, it is difficult. You have to enable, answer, and immediately disable your mic. Yes, children. So for multiplication and division, you can multiply any two fractions, whether they are like fractions or unlike fractions, no issues. You can blindly multiply the fractions. You don't have to worry if they're like or unlike. You don't even bother to see that. You're given two fractions, three fractions, you'll have to multiply. Come on, let's multiply. Whether they're like fractions or not, you don't have to worry. How to multiply? First, what's the first step? How do we multiply, children? Supposing we have three different fractions given to us. Okay, say they're not mixed fractions. Okay, even if they are mixed, you have already converted them to improper fractions. Now say you have three fractions. Are you all getting me? You have three fractions.
Yes,
Yeah, you have three fractions. Okay, so if something was mixed, then you already written it as a improper fraction. Now, what is the first stage? What's the first step? What will you do first?
ma'am. Convert them into an improper, and then we have to find the LCM.
We talked about multiplying. Swati, disable your mic. Nandana wanted to say something. Yes, Nandana?
First you should find the LCM and convert it into like fractions.
Nandana, see, I'm saying like when we are multiplying, my question is when we are multiplying fractions, supposing we have to multiply three fractions, 1, 2, 3 fractions. How do we multiply? What is the first step? Matthew? Matthew? Okay, who can answer my question? We have some.
Shall I?
Yes, tell me.
Ma'am, yes, ma'am. If we have three or more multiplication digits, we have to first convert them into an improper, ma'am, and then see.
No, my question is not that. Okay, I think I'm not clear. Let me put it more clearly. My question is, supposing I have one fraction, then I have another fraction, then I have another fraction. I have to multiply these three fractions. I have one fraction. I have a second fraction. I have a third fraction. Say I have a fourth fraction also. I want to multiply all these fractions. What is the procedure? Should we use the LCM if they are unlike fractions?
No, ma'am.
No, LCM does not have any role in multiplication. LCM has no role in multiplication. Then what to do? How to multiply? What is the first step? When you all know it, if I give you a question, you would have done it. But when I'm asking you orally, it's difficult for you to say. You have to take a number from the numerator, a number from the denominator, and simplify first. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that's the first step. The first step is yeah, see, now here you have only two fractions, but what will you do first? So 2 by 5, write 2 by, I'm doing the first one here, this one. I'm doing this first one, children. So 2 by 5 into 5, 1 by 4. So we write 2 by 5 as it is. 5, 1 by 4 is a mixed fraction. We write it as an improper fraction. Then how do you multiply? We don't straight away multiply 2 into 21. We first try to simplify the fractions. How? We take a number from the numerator, another number from the denominator, and we try to simplify them. If possible, if simplification is not possible, then we multiply the numerators and denominators. So the first step to multiply fractions, the first step is we try to reduce the fractions. We try to simplify the fractions by taking one from any numerator and other from any denominator. You can take, now see here 2 we take from this fraction, but 4 we are taking from the second fraction. That's okay. You should pick one number from the numerator, other number from the denominator and simplify like this. 2 ones are 2 twos are. Now there's nothing more you can do, so you multiply the numerators. 1 into 21 is 21 and 5 into 2 is 10. So then mixed fraction 2 1 by 10. But see this case, when you convert this one to a mixed improper fraction, multiply by 7 by 9, you can see that 32 and 7 in the numerator, 5 and 9 in the denominator. You cannot simplify that at all further. 32 and 9, no. 7 and 5, no. There is no number in the numerator and in the denominator which can be simplified using the same tables. In this case, so the first thing you should be doing is when you're multiplying fractions, it's okay. See, now these fractions are unlike fractions. 2 by 21, 2 by 5 and 21 by 4. In the first one, 2 by 5 and 21 by 4, they are unlike fractions. We did not convert them to like fractions. We did not take their LCM. In fact, we did not bother. We did not worry if they're like or unlike. Whatever they are, you can multiply them. Whether they're like or unlike, you can just multiply them. How do you multiply? How do we multiply? So we write them like this. We write them like this. Before we actually multiply, we try to simplify them by taking one number from the numerator, one from the denominator. If possible, we do that step. Now in the second one, that was not possible. If it's not possible, then multiply the numerators, 32 into 7, multiply the denominators, 5 into 9. And that gives you a fraction like this. If it's an improper fraction, then you want to divide like this. You want to divide like this and put it as a mixed fraction.
Yes, ma'am.
And the same division, just one new step. Now supposing it was 2 by 5 divided by 5 1 by 4. Supposing 2 by 5 divided by 5 1 by 4. Divided by. Then you should write 2 by 5 divided by this fraction is 21 by 4. So 2 by 5 divided by 21 by 4. Next step will be what?
Ma'am, reciprocal 4 by 21, ma'am.
Yeah, 2 by 5 into 4 by 21. That's all. Then it, so you will only convert the division problem to a multiplication problem. And then the same thing, like you multiply. When it is division, you will be multiplying by the reciprocal of the second fraction. The same question if it was division. 2 by 5 divided by 21 by 4. So into 4 by 21. If it's division, you will multiply by the reciprocal of the second fraction. Then how will you multiply? So you will convert the division problem to a multiplication problem. Then again, as usual, one from the numerator, one from the denominator, simplify and the same thing. Now this one, children, which is greater? Which is greater? Let's understand this first. Which is greater? Now we are given two decimals. We are given two decimals, 0.5 and 0.05. We are given two decimals, 0.5 and 0.05. Now we need to compare and say which one is greater. Which one is greater? So now, how many? Now to compare them, there are two ways. I'll just tell you this one now, what you see on the screen. Now look at the whole number part, children. Look at the whole number. Now you know that a decimal has two parts. A decimal has two parts. Whole number part, which is before the decimal point, and the decimal part, which is after the decimal point. A decimal has two parts. whole number part, which is before the decimal point, and the decimal part, which is after the decimal point. Now, in the two decimals given, what is the whole number part, children? What is the whole number part in 0.5?
0 is the whole number part.
Okay, and what about in 0.05?
Ma'am, the same 0 is the whole number part, ma'am.
0. So you cannot conclude from looking. So first step in comparing is compare the whole number parts. The whole number part, this one is 0, this is also 0. So you can't say it. Since it's equal, you cannot say which is bigger. Now move on to the decimal part. So after the decimal point, we have 5 in the 10th place. In the 10th place. And here we have 0 in the 10th place. That's what I've underlined. That is what I have underlined. We first start with comparing the whole number part. The whole number part here is 0, here also 0. So you cannot conclude anything because they're equal. You cannot say which is greater. Now move on to the decimal part. What do you have in the 10th? Compare the 10th places. The 10th place here has the digit 5. Here it is 0. Oh, 5, 0. Now which is bigger? 5 is greater than 0. That means 0.5 is greater than 0.05.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now let's see everything, then maybe it will be clear. Now see the next one, 0.7, 0.5. I've written the two numbers 0.7 and 0.5 below here. Now again, the whole number part, both are 0. So you cannot decide which is bigger or smaller. Then move on to the decimal part. 7 is in the 10th place. 5 is in the 10th place. Compare the digits in the same place value. So we are comparing the digits in the 10th place. 10th. 7, 5. Yeah, 7 is greater than 5. That means 0.7 is greater than 0.05. That's all. It's so simple. Look at the next one. 7 or 0.7, which is greater. So 7 can be written as 7.0. 7 means 7.0. When you say 1, it means 1.0. When you say 100, it is 100.0. When you say 100, it's 100.0. 7 is 7.0. This is 0.7. Now we always start by comparing the whole number part. So before the decimal point, here we have 7. And here before the decimal point, we have 0. Oh, there itself we can decide, no, because they're different. So 7, the whole number part 7 is greater than the whole number part 0. 7 is greater than 0. Oh, that means 7.0. That is 7 is greater than 0.7. So first compare the whole number part. If you can conclude from there itself. So in the whole number part, there should be there should be something which is big or small. If they're equal, you cannot conclude. So here in the whole number part, because 7 is greater than 0, 7.0. In here we have 7, here we have 0 in the whole number part. So 7.0 is greater than 0.7, which means 7 is greater than 0.7. Yeah, one of you explain the E1 here. E.
Ma'am, shall I explain?
All right.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, 2.03 or 2.30, ma'am. Sorry, 30, ma'am. In here, when we compare the first part in the whole number part, we have 2 in the 2 decimals, ma'am. 2 in the both the decimal digits, ma'am. So then we have to compare the another part, which is in 10th place, ma'am. As we compare 0 is in the 0 is there in 2.03 and 3 is there in the 2.30, ma'am. So when we compare 0 and 3 will be the greater number value, ma'am. So 2.30 is greater than 2.03, ma'am.
Yeah, very good. Correct. So first we compare the whole number part, 2 and 2. 2 and 2. I've underlined that. So when you compare the whole number parts, you cannot conclude anything because they're equal. So you cannot say which is bigger or smaller. So we move on to the places after the decimal point. So we'll first compare the 10th place, the digit in the 10th place. So here the digit in the 10th place is 0. Here the digit in the 10th place is 3. Let's compare them. You must not compare the digit in the 10th place and the digit in the 100th place. You must compare the digits in the same place. That is the 10th place. The 10th place of one number, the digit in the 10th place of one number with the digit in the 10th place of another number. You should not compare the digit in the 10th place and in the other number, the digit in the 100th place or 1000th place. So we need to be careful there. So here 10th digit is 0. Here it is 3. So clearly 3 is greater. 3 is greater meaning 2.30 is greater than 2.03. Children, now tell me 1 hectometer is how many decimeter? 1 hectometer is how many decimeter?
Ma'am, 1000 decimeter.
How do we do it?
Ma'am, by counting from decameter.
Yeah, we want to write 1 hectometer in terms of decimeter. So hectometer to decimeter. So 1, 0, 0, 0. Start writing from decimeter to hectometer. It's not, you can write from anywhere. The two ends are decimeter and hectometer. So 1, 0, 0, 0, 1000. So now, which is bigger, hectometer or decimeter? Which is bigger?
Ma'am, hectometer is the bigger one, ma'am.
Yeah, then you should say 1 hectometer is equal to 1000 decimeter. Whichever is bigger, 1 hectometer. Hectometer is bigger. So 1 hectometer is equal to 1000 decimeter. When you're writing for the smaller one, you must say 1 decimeter is equal to 1 by 1000 hectometer. Do we understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Now look at the examples here, children. Look
Yes,
at the
ma'am.
examples here. Please see the examples here. When you're writing, I think the 0, 1, whether it is 10, 100,000, 10,000, I think I told you the other day. Was this discussed, children?
Yes, ma'am, it was discussed, ma'am, the metric chart of length.
Okay, fine. So this one, if 1 kilometer is 1 followed by 6 zeros millimeter, that is 10 lakh millimeter. 1 millimeter will be 1 by 10 lakh of a kilometer. That the meaning is if you divide the distance of 1 kilometer into 10 lakh equal parts, one part of it is 1 millimeter. If you divide, see, what do you mean by 1 by 5? What do we mean by 1 by 5? If I buy a chocolate, I make 5 equal portions and I say you take 1/5 of it. And I'll say I'll take the remaining, you take 1/5, I'll take the remaining. So you will not be happy with me because 1/5 is 1 chocolate. I make 5 equal portions. And if I say take one out of 5, only 1 piece for you. I am taking the major portion. 4 by 5 I am taking. So I'm sure you will not be happy with me. So 1 by 5 is, that's what is 1 by 5. 1 by 5 meaning 1 portion out of 5 portions. Similarly, 1 by, let's take this number is too big. So let's take this one. 1 decameter. 1 decameter is 1000 centimeter. No, children, the meaning is fine. I'm just telling this can be read more easily instead of telling 10 lakhs and all that. This can be more easier to understand, I meant. So like 1 decameter. 1 decameter is 1000 centimeter because 1, 0, 0, 0. From decameter to centimeter. 1 decameter is 1, 0, 0, 0. 1 followed by 3 zeros. So 1 decameter is 1000 centimeter. Or see, you should write this. This is the bigger unit. Decameter is bigger. Centimeter is small. Then we write it like this. To write it the other way, 1 centimeter is equal to 1,000th of a decameter. That means if you divide the distance of 1 decameter, if you divide 1 decameter, that distance, that length of 1 decameter into 1000 equal parts, if you divide that into 1000 equal parts, just think there's a long rope of length 1 decameter. Like how you say 1 centimeter, 1 meter. 1 decameter is a unit of length. It's just a unit of length. It's a larger unit of length. It's not commonly used. Now, when I say the length of the rope is 1 centimeter, 1 meter, you understand what it means. So decameter is simply a unit of length. So if you divide this 1 decameter, this length of 1 decameter into 1000 equal portions, 1 portion out of the 1000 portion represents 1 centimeter. That's what is the meaning. 1 centimeter is just 1/1000th of a decameter. If you divide this decameter, if you divide the length of 1 decameter into 1000 equal parts, then 1 portion out of it is 1 centimeter. Just imagine a big square. Imagine a big square. I'm just telling it cannot be a square here because it's not area, it is length. But I'm just to visualize, I'm telling you. Just imagine a square which has 1000 small boxes. You divide the square is divided into 1000 boxes, 1000 small squares. It cannot be a square, then it will be a rectangle. So it's divided to 1000 small, there's a rectangle and there are 1000 small squares in it. 1 out of the 1000, that feeling you must get. 1 decameter, you divide that into 1000 equal portions. 1 portion is 1 centimeter. Just 1 piece out of it is 1 centimeter. That's what it is. 1 centimeter is equal to 1/1000th of a decameter. So same thing, children. So 1 kilogram is 1000 grams. 1 gram is 1/1000th of a kilogram. 1 kilogram, 1000 grams. Can you see the next slide, children?
Yes, ma'am, visible.
Okay. 1 kilogram is 1000 grams. 1 gram is 1/1000th of a kilogram. 1 liter is 1000 milliliters. 1 milliliter is 1/1000th of a liter. One rupee is 100 paise. 1 paise is 1/100th of a rupee. So you can see the conversions, there is no one method. You can do it in different ways. So just look at this one, 77 rupees. And so you know the rule, 1 rupee is 100 paise and 1 paise is 1/100th of a rupee. Just look at this one. Look at this, 77 rupees and 77 paise. You need to express as rupees using decimals. We'll just do this and stop. We'll continue in the next class. We'll maybe revise in the next class and then take a new chapter, simple equations. Simple equations is the next chapter. We'll just complete the revision in the next class. The next class may be from 4:45, children. Every time I schedule a meeting, please look at the time also. Don't assume it is from 5:15. There may be slight variations like 4:45 or 5:15, 5 o'clock till 6:30 only. Till 6:30. It'll be, the class will end at 6:30, but might begin at 5 or might also begin at 4:45. So just don't see the link and leave it. Please see the timing also. Please see the timing. Every class, when you see the link, also see the timing. Okay. So next class, we'll just complete this revision and then take up the new chapter. So children, look at, we'll just discuss 1 or 2. So see here, 77 rupees, 77 paise. You need to convert it to rupees, express as rupees using decimals. Express as rupees using decimals. Okay, so we need to express in decimals and in rupees. That means you don't want the paise. That's what it is. Express as rupees. That means you don't want the paise. using decimals. Okay, so the answer should be a decimal. That means you understand what it is. It should not be a fraction. It should be a decimal. Okay, and it should be in rupees. Paise, that paise should not be there. So 77 rupees is in rupees. Why should you disturb that? 77 rupees is already in rupees. Don't disturb that. 77 paise. Okay, 1 paise, 1/100th of a rupee. See, that's like if one book, 5 rupees. 2 books, 2 into 5, 10 rupees. 3 books, 3 into 5, 15 rupees. 4 books, 4 into 5, 20 rupees. Like that, 1 paise is 1/100th of a rupee. 2 paise will be 2 into, multiply it by 1/100. See, like 1 book, 5 rupees. 2 books, 2 into 5. 3 books, 3 into 5. 1 paise is 1/100th of a rupee. 1 paise is 1/100th of a rupee. This is used to convert paise to rupees. When do you use this one? 1 paise is 1/100th of a rupee. When do you use this? When you want to convert paise to rupee. When you're converting rupee to paise, you should use this one. 1 rupee is 100 paise. See, when you're converting rupee to paise, you must use 1 rupee 100 paise. When you're converting paise to rupee, paise to rupees, then 1 paise is 1/100th of a rupee. So now we are converting, see children, we are converting paise. We are converting paise to rupees. So we should use this one. Paise to rupees, we should use this one. Paise to rupees, we should use this one. 1 paise, 1/100th of a rupee. 77 paise will be 77 into 1/100 of a rupee. 77 into 1/100. But so many steps you should not write for 7th standard. So directly 77/100th of a rupee. 1 paise is 1/100th of a rupee. 2 paise will be 2/100th of a rupee. 3 paise will be 3/100th of a rupee. 4 paise will be 4/100th of a rupee. So 77 paise will be 77/100th of a rupee. So now you know how to convert this to a fraction, decimal. So 77/100 means in the denominator 2 zeros. So after the decimal point, 2 digits. The denominator 2 zeros. So after the decimal point, 2 digits. So 0.77. Now you just have to add it. Now it's converted to rupee. See, once you write 77/100, immediately change the unit. Rupee, it becomes rupee. 77 paise, when you write it as 77/100, it's converted to rupees. Immediately in the next step, rupees. Now this one we are writing it as a decimal, 0.77. Now add these two. 77 means 77.00. 77 means 77.00 and the 0.77. Write it one below the other and do the regular addition. 7777. So many rupees. Let me just explain one more and stop. We'll do these in the next class, children. We'll do more on conversions, converting, meter to centimeter and film. We'll do this in the next class. I'll just do this and stop. So 7 rupees. Am I audible, children? Are we all there?
Yes, ma'am. Your voice is audible, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Nandana, Matthew, Anugraha. Yeah.
Ma'am.
No, you are able to hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am, I can hear you, ma'am.
All right. 7 rupees and 7 rupees. What is the question? 7 rupees, 7 paise. See the question. Everything is in the question. How do we know otherwise? Some instruction should be given and we'll follow the instruction. Express as rupees. So go back to the question. Oh, okay. In the question, there is rupees and paise. So they want us to write only in rupees. Okay, let's do that. Using decimals. So the answer should be a decimal. It should not be a fraction or something. It should be a decimal. So the answer should be a decimal in rupees. The answer should be a decimal in rupees. All right, let's get started. Write 7 rupees as it is because it's already in rupees. Why should I convert? It's already in rupees. Now 7 paise is in paise. Let's put it in rupees. So which conversion to use, children? You want to convert paise to rupees. Which one will you use?
We should divide.
And we should.
Ma'am,
Paise into rupee, ma'am.
Yeah, 1 paise is 1/100th of a rupee. 1 paise is 1/100th of a rupee. So 2 paise will be 2 by 100. 3 paise 3 by 100. 7 paise will be 7 by 100 of a rupee. Now 7 by 100 means what? 2 zeros. So after the, when you're converting this as a decimal, after the decimal point there should be 2 digits. When you convert 7 by 100 to a decimal, after the decimal point there should be 2 digits because 2 zeros. But we have only 1 digit 7. So the other one will be 0. 0 point, this 0 you can always write. This 0 you can write. After the decimal point, 2 digits. Look after the decimal point. This is the decimal point. After that, there should be 2 digits. But there's only 1 digit 7. So add a 0. So 0.07. You can always add the 0 here. The 0 you can simply add 0.07. Now arrange it. To add, now see both are in rupees. Now you'll wonder why we should have added here only, 7 rupees, 7 paise, 7 to 7, 14. You cannot add different units. 7 rupees and 7 paise you cannot add because they are in different units. This in rupees, is in paise. They must be both converted to the same unit. So both in rupees. Both are in rupees now. Now you can add 7 rupees, 0.07 rupee. Write it one below the other. 7 rupees means 7.00. Place the numbers carefully. Like this. That is, the decimal point should fall in one column. The 10th digits, the 100th digits, the whole number part, they should all fall in one column. Whole number part, 7 and 0. Like that, you know how to arrange it. And then add, and the result is 7.07 rupees. Just take a screenshot, children, in case you have not finished.
Yes, ma'am. Done, ma'am.
This one also, children, please take a screenshot. We'll discuss these in the next class.
Yes, ma'am. Done.
All of you finish your school online classes, no, by 4 o'clock? No, if in case I schedule the class from 4:45, is it okay? Or you have a class or something?
Ma'am, for me it's 4:55, ma'am.
For whom? What?
Ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So you finish only at 4:55, is it?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, we finish at 3 o'clock itself, ma'am.
Ma'am, for me I'm session 1, ma'am.
Sorry, for you?
Ma'am, I'm session 1, ma'am, so my timing is different, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine.
Ma'am?
Yeah, tell me.
Ma'am, 1 minute's last page, ma'am.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, this one?
Ma'am, no, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Done?
Ma'am, 1 minute, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, finish, ma'am.
Okay. Only these children. This one, 1, 2, 3. That's all. And this one, 4. All right, children. So that's it for today's session. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, children. Thank you.